Hello, this is ELB. Let's get back to work. So, last time we were dealing with the sword not quite feeling well, and I am now taking steps to address that. It was not global game settings I wanted, it was game information. So, down here I have these variables that I'm planning on using: wind up angle, wind up distance. So basically, these are for the three basic states of the attack. You know, you have the wind up where you're, say, preparing to swing the sword or stab with the spear, or I don't know, punch with the cistus, I guess. I don't know. So you have those, right? Then you have the wind up. Then you have the attack itself. In this state, the actual damage is being done to the opponent. The actual swing is happening. Also, oh, hold on one moment. Am I quite as loud? No, I'm not quite as loud as I was. Okay, anyhow. So you have that. And then, of course, you have the recovery. You just stabbed and now you need to pull back, or you just swung and now you need to catch your own arm and your own blade as it's in mid motion, right? You don't, it's, you're not just, you know what I mean. So all of these can have an angle that they start at and an end at. All of these can have a distance from the player. A normal swing probably would not have any distance from the player. If you're swinging a sword, then it's just gonna be the distance that it's always gonna be to ensure that there's no trouble with it, right? So I'm not sure if you were able to hear the music that was playing in my ears. Anyway, so we need to watch that, or we're not going to need to worry about that for most swings. We might need to for other attacks. I'm not entirely sure yet. But that is neither here nor there. Something I am thinking of doing instead is also having it so that there is the distance from the player that the blade is, as well as the angle that the blade is while it's being swung. So, normally in a game when you're swinging a blade, the edge of the blade is basically facing the direction that it's currently moving, which is constantly changing since it's going in an arc. However, if you are using like a curved blade or something, you might have it at a bit of an angle so that it's a slice instead of a chop. And I'd like to be able to do that. So if I were to create another variable like this, we have angle. What might we have? We'd have wind up, direction, start. Having to specify which one is which would be kind of annoying, though. I think angle would work a bit better, to me, angle reads more as the angling of the blade or the, hammer or whatever, whereas direction is like direction of attack. Are you attacking, you know, towards the north? So we'll do that. Direction. Direction. So, kind of limited on time today. It's 4:47 p.m. right now, and I have work at 6 p.m. I get to work from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m., which I always love. It's not actually that bad, but I don't know. I'd rather not be up that late at work. At least I live close to where I work, like within a block. Well, not within a block away is accurate enough. Let's see, direction. So direction, angle, distance. That seems like everything we need. I guess we might have, say, wind-up time, attack time, and recovery time, which would be how long in steps the attack takes. So, wind-up length, no, time, wind-up time, attack time, recovery time. Okay. Perfect. So that seems a-okay. Now we just gotta actually build that. Oh yeah, if I'm going to do it how I just said I will, then I actually need to change something. We do not need this quite as far as it is. Wait, how do I want to do this? Resize canvas. I think 16 by 16 will work. We want you to pull this way. Oh, wrong one. I'm gonna do that for this one. Now, of course, I need to do that for all of these. I apologize for how incredibly exciting this is. Okay, then we need to... I'd say have the origin roughly right there. So what would that be? 0, 0, 1, 8. Okay, we're going to do that for all of these. 1, 8. 1, oh. 8. That. I can just do that. How many of them have I done already? There we go. Oh, did 5. Keep on doing the same ones in a row. There we go. Oh. Okay. We've done that. So now, rather than the blade simply being a rotated sprite, it's actually going to be moving itself in a rotation around the player. So rather than image angle, of course, well, it is going to be something else. I am also going to change the name of jab distance, probably. So I hope it kind of makes sense what I'm trying to do here. Where the x coordinates and y coordinates of, the coordinates of the blade itself will be moving around the player in like an arc. And then with the like distance changing, it might be like a sort of the attack might shift or something, if that makes any sense. Actually, now that I think about it, I could probably do something, or I should probably change that slightly. Rather than having a distance start and a distance end, because I like the idea of like the attack sort of coming out and then coming back in. It would depend on the attack, of course, but just having the ability to do that. So attack, distance, mid. So it'll go between these three. And having that for the rest of these. Should I do that for all of them? I don't even know now. Let's do it. This is about to get fun. Okay. So we're seriously gonna do that with all of them, I guess. Also, to anyone watching right now, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Past few days for me have been kind of eh. I've been having a lot of trouble sleeping, which hasn't been too fun. I only got like 5 hours of sleep last night and 3 or 4 the night before. So I've been running kind of on empty. Hopefully after work tonight I will be tired enough to just go home and pass the fuck out. What am I doing? There we go. Mid. Okay. Got all of that. We can probably... do I need a mid-time then? Son of a gun. Okay. I'm probably making this more complicated than it needs to be, but I kind of don't care. Funny thing, I have actually created an animation system before, which is sort of what I'm doing here for the attacks, except for it was like a full-on skeletal 2D animation system, and that was a pain in the ass to make. And I learned a lot from it, which I hope I'm partially using here. Somewhat. Okay, so got these. I'm curious what this will look like right now. It'll probably just throw an error or something when I press the right trigger, but we'll see. Absolutely nothing happens. Can't dodge, but that's okay. Okay, so... Gonna remove this. You know what I'm gonna do as well? I'm gonna remove all this for now. Oh. How many errors will we throw if we press play and try to swing the sword? What am I listening to also? Okay. So, will we get an error? Yes, we will. Exactly what we wanted. Okay. So timer, that's always going up. That's exactly what we want. Oh, we were working on this. Look at that. Cool. So, okay, so attack state 0. Why did I have image index set to 0? Oh, I guess that makes sense actually. So image index equals 0. Okay, I need to actually do some of this stuff. So this ensures the attack has no trail while winding up. Okay. We don't need a hold time. All we need to know is how long it needs to be held for. Wrong thing. There we go. Okay. So let's say this real quick. So now we'll do if wind up time end. No, if just timer, is it? Or attack timer is larger than or equal to wind up time end, then attack state equals 0, attack timer equals 0. We don't need to do the image alpha thing. Okay. So I am gonna steal a lot of this stuff. So okay. So image angle is going to be equal to this easing function. For now, I can never remember the easing. Our best friend. Okay. For now, is there like an ease flat or something? Okay, hold on. Scripts. Okay. Using I'm gonna call it SCR ease flat, we'll say. And this will be a temporary one. Static? No, I'm trying to think of the word for when the rate of something is unchanged. You know, when you have a straight line on a graph. I'm just gonna Google the straight line on a graph Yeah, there we go. Is called auto completed. Linear. There we go. Linear. That's the word I was looking for. Okay. What the fuck? Okay. So argument 0 divided by equals argument 3. I don't need, nope. Resource. This name already exists. What? What? Is there... Oh my goodness. I did not even notice that. They already made it. Perfect! That makes that a lot easier. Okay. Here, I'm gonna get rid of you. What? I don't know what you were doing way over there. Okay, so. It's already 5. Okay, we're gonna do it linear for now. That'll keep things easy. So, image angle, SCR linear. Image angle, start out, well, I'm gonna put that to 0 for a moment. Here, you know what we'll do? We'll do this. If windup time, no, if attack timer is less than attack time mid. No, windup time mid. There we go. First half of windup. Okay. Image angle is that. What was that even? Start. Okay, yeah. This is not going to be attack length. Instead, it's going to be windup time mid, I believe. Yeah. And then is that right? I wonder if there's any sort of... not parabolic necessarily, but sort of like, you know, on a roller coaster, it goes up and then down, and then, you know, it smooths itself out. So I don't even know what that would be called. What is that called? It's not like... Sorry for the silence. Okay, so I'm sorry, I need to actually walk through my thought process right now. So the thing that I am currently worried about in what I'm trying to code is the fact that I'm using the attack timer, right? And the attack timer is going to be reset upon this changing of the state right here. Okay, when the attack timer is above wind up time end. So wind up time mid, or the easing, all the easing functions are assuming that they're starting at 0, which is a bit of a problem. I guess I could just do attack timer minus attack time mid for this, and then attack time end minus attack time mid. Actually, that should work perfectly. Never mind, I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, so image angle. So rather than it being jab distance, I think I'm going to call it hold distance. So hold distance equals U. Okay. So why do I have 120 here, real quick? So the change. Right. So we don't want this. Instead, we want the wind up angle start. Yeah. And yeah. Wind up angle start. And then we'll have something called hold direction, which will be another easing function. This can be pretty much the same for all of these. Well, not quite, but you'll see what I mean in a moment. Wind up distance start, wind up distance mid. Okay. Oh, nope. Wind up distance start. No. Wind up direction, right. Wind up direction start, wind up direction mid. Okay. Cool. Okay, if attack timer is less than wind up or is larger than or equal to wind up time. Now I can just do an else here, can't I? Okay, so second half of wind up. Okay. So wind up, rather than doing start, we're going to be doing mid. And we're going to be doing end instead of mid here. Okay. What am I listening to? Oh. It's a remix. Anyway. Give me just a moment. Get a message. Okay, so that should be what we need. So remember, the image angle is going to be the angle of the blade. So that can change for a bit more of a powerful effect. Actually, now that I think about it, if we're going to be doing that, then we need to do this. I kept doing that. Image angle needs to be hold direction plus. So you might be thinking, well, why is that necessary? And it's so that we can, if you're holding out a blade, the blade is going to be pointing in the same direction as your arm, right? So hold direction is the direction of the arm. The image angle is the angle that the sword is at. So, when you're in mid swing with a sword, it's probably going to be angled inwards, like slightly inwards towards your body in the middle of its arc. Well, maybe not inwards. It'll be angled away from the direction it's being swung slightly. So if you're swinging with your right hand towards your left, then the blade point is going to be not quite in the direction of your arm, but slightly to the right of that. And so we can use this. We can use this to help us make the swing look a little bit more believable, or to help make it look a bit better if you're trying to do a slice rather than a full-on chop. That sort of thing. It's essentially the angle of your image angle is essentially the angle of your wrist, or the rotation of your wrist when doing mid-swing. Or during mid-wind-up, of course. So, let's see, what else do we need, if anything? I don't think we do need anything else. least nothing I can think of right off the top of my head. How long have I been doing this? 40 minutes. Okay, nah, I'm gonna leave that for now. Okay. So that was that. So, let's do this. As fun as that is. Okay, so we know that the attack state is going to be 1 if attack state equals 1. Actually, hold on. Yeah. I'm gonna bring this over just so that we can look at it a little bit in the middle of it. So, I think I can pretty much copy this over. So, what did I call it? The attack, yeah. So, oh. Actually, wind up. Attack. Nope. Replace all. Easy peasy. Let's see. If attack timer is larger than or equal to attack time end, mid. Attack state equals 1, attack timer equals 0. Okay. Let's make some space. Make more space. So we have, actually no. Oh. We need space down here. So we got the angle down, which is exactly what it needs to be, right? Just fine. However, okay, so I'm gonna copy over the hitbox change. Okay. Okay. So hitbox change to ensure the the size of the angle change does not pass over enemy. Okay. Sorry, I'm just like trying to figure out what I even did here. So I used var attack start step rotation. I see. Okay. For rotation distance. For rotation distance. Rotation. Okay. So let's do this as well. So var attack start step rotation equals image angle. Okay. So that should be all we need for that one. You know, for now, I'm not going to add the swing trail, simply because I'm not so originally we knew that the swing was going to have a whatchamacallit, the swing was going to be a perfect circle, right? We knew that, but now we don't know if it's going to be a perfect circle, where the trail was drawn to be a perfect circle. So let's just not do that. We could probably draw the trail on at the end in like, oh, where was the tip of the blade at this time and where was it at this time? Okay, now we're gonna draw the thing just so that we know, we're gonna draw a single line coming off the tip for the blade trail, rather than having it be something that's a part of the sprite itself, which we might do, I don't know yet. And, oh, it looks like someone was actually watching around 5 p.m. for roughly 1 minute, if not less. Oh well. So, what else do we need to do here? Well, we need to have the enemy collision, of course. I think that was all that we needed. Oh, nope. Okay, so real quick, let's see if there was anything we're missing. Like if there was any variable that... No, it looks like... you know what, no matter what, we're just gonna have this set to 20 for now. It's 5:30, I've been streaming for about 50 minutes. And I kinda need to use the restroom, so you know what? let's call this good for now. Uh, Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.